Unnecessary weight is bad. Evil. That is pretty much gospel here in the Nutnfancy project, and it's always been that way. Ever since 2008, I have been preaching about the importance of lightweight gear, lightweight systems. Can I get a hallelujah? Thank you very much. So when it comes to your own body, been there myself by the way, or your loadout, watch the ounces, watch the pounds. You'll be so glad you did, for lots of reasons. One, like I talk about in my reviews, you're going to have more capabilities. If each individual gear item is lightweight, you can carry more gear items. Maybe you can integrate comms, signaling, more weaponry, more ammo, a multi-tool, more capabilities. You'll be able to hike farther, run faster. You won't get injuries as often. And like I talk about all the time in TMP, you will actually have that gear item when you need it, since it is lightweight, comfortable. With that in mind, let's talk about a company that gets this fact. I call it SAWC here in the Nutnfancy project, by the way. TMPers know that. And not all companies get it. I laugh all the time during my online research, catalog research, trade show attendance about companies that don't get the importance of lightweight. This one does. Welcome to the Nutnfancy tabletop review of the Blueforce Gear 10-speed M4 chest rig. For that matter, the SR25 chest rig as well. We purchased 4 of these rigs about 2.5 years ago. We've been running them ever since. Off and on, not continuously. So yeah, I think I got some data to share with you guys. And it's pretty much all good. We'll jump into this crap here in just a second. I want to ask you a question though. Looking at what you see on the table, what's missing? From other load-bearing equipment reviews I've done here in TMP, what's missing? Well, Nutnfancy, a lot's missing. You are correct. It is a bare bones chest rig, and therein lies the beauty of the design. And that will jump us right into philosophy of use. This is not a chest rig for all seasons, for all systems. You guys perhaps know from watching my videos in the past, and if you're new to TMP, catch up, go into my playlists, you'll see them there. You know that I like what I call one-stop shopping for my LBE for most systems. Whether it's a tactical shoot, that's its own system, a CES, combat egress system, that's different. And then we have some other ones here that maybe I'll discuss in the future. Each one's different, but usually I like one-stop shopping. That is, I have my rifle mag loadout, I have kangaroo pistol mag pouches, and I'm usually running horizontally oriented chest mount pistol. I can't do any of that with the 10-speed chest rig. By the way, this is the older version. They have since changed it. Now I think you have 4 elastic pouches on the front, molly on the sides, for both the M4 chest rig and the SR25, and yes, I think it's an improvement. Incidentally, this is going to be a 2-for-1 review, because I'm going to talk about the chest rig, and I'm going to talk about the pouches. This is actually a Condor chest rig. It's called the Ops chest rig. I'll break it out in its own review. So these are the 10-speed elastic pouches by Blueforce Gear. They're the same ones this one's running. So I'm going to discuss those at the appropriate point. But back to POU, back to one-stop shopping. I like that. I like a system I can pull on. I've got pistol ammunition, rifle ammunition. I have my handgun ready to rock, and I usually have H2O and armor integration. I ain't getting none of that with this rig. I shouldn't say none. I'm getting rifle. Actually, I'm getting a lot of rifle. This is one of the most low-profile ways I know to carry 180 rounds rifle. 5.56 variety, obviously. Less with M14, M1A, SR25 SCAR mags. You can see there, 5. And I don't have that one on the table. Well, let's put the package in here. You can see it. I'm not pulling it out. Not that one. 180 rounds. That's low profile. Yeah, you guys are going to remember this. I'm just going to throw this out to you. It's kind of interesting and it's funny. The movie Heat. Do you remember that during the bank robbery? I remember when they opened up and Val Kilmer had his AR-15, his M16 mags oriented on, they had like a homemade vest with elastic they put it on. Every time I see that movie, I was like, dude, what are you doing? There's no way that elastic would hold that magazine. Yes, I'm a gear reviewer. I'm always thinking systems. This, no, I'm not talking to bank robbers, but I'm just saying this is a system that would blow it away. It's very secure, low profile, and trim. What we lose in that exchange is one-stop shopping. So now, talking philosophy of use, like I always do, you're going to have to run your pistol conventionally, which honestly I think most guys do anyhow. There's a Blackhawk Spec Ops holster. No, they don't make something like this. I'm talking Blueforce gear. They're actually very limited in their tactical nylon offerings. Blueforce. They're very limited. They don't have a lot. What they have is pretty squared away, high quality stuff. So you're going to run a conventional pistol. So this will be in a service holster, maybe a Kydex holster, or Glock, whatever other service pistol you're choosing to run. You ain't going to go chest mount on it. And also, you're going to have to figure out a way to carry your pistol ammunition, your armor, and your water. So is it very versatile? In that respect, I would say no. However, jumping ahead to weight, check this out. 11 ounces. That's right. 11 ounces are what these things weigh. And extremely compact. In fact, it is the most compact chest rig I have ever seen in my life, or I have ever used. If you travel, which I have done with this rig, going down to Vegas, going to Idaho with Tactical Solutions, doing a shoot with those guys, running the Blueforce gear, 10-speed chest rig, it travels so nicely. I just got done with my combat egress system series of videos. I didn't really mention this in particular. I talked about the pouches, but not this system, because in that system I want total integration, but it would be a good option for you guys in your system if you're going to run conventional pistol on a side holster. Or perhaps you're not running pistol at all. You just need rifle mags. Clean, simple, high speed, low drag. Not a ton of real estate on it either. I talk about this a lot in my LBE reviews. In other words, the ability to configure your LBE differently. In fact, to be honest, the 10-speed system lacks that entirely with this version. Like I said, the newer versions have MOLLE on the side, so you can actually run, you might be able to run pistol pouches on those. Not might, you could. So you could run maybe a double, triple Blueforce pistol pouch. And by the way, here they are right here. They work outstandingly, even for fat Glock magazines. These ones have been in use for about 2 years, like I said. They will wear off, discolor a little bit, like I've said. I think these are SR25 mags. They fit AK style magazines and M1A, M14, SR25 Scar Heavy mags. But you can run those on your MOLLE on the side on the newer versions, so you would have more capabilities. But its main calling is a very portable and comfortable, speaking of which, lightweight load-bearing equipment system. Extremely comfortable and extremely breathable. We don't have anything covering the back of the Blueforce gear chest rig. Nothing. I mean, it's just crossover straps, shoulder straps, just like you've seen on a lot of different systems. Great ventilation. No H2O integration, no armor integration. You're going to have to come up with other ways to port that stuff along. Adjustability and sizing. Well, we always say it, one size fits most. You remember those extra pounds I was talking about? Well, if you're a big fella, you might have to really expand these straps, but I think you'll do okay. You know, I'm 6'3", about 200 pounds. Lately, I'm about 207 extra pounds. Thank you. Fits me great. Some skinnier members of our crew wore it, fit them as well. So I think sizability and adjustability is excellent. While we're back here, look at the straps. Everything you see about Blueforce gear is superb quality. By the way, made in the United States of America. You'll see that in the pricing, by the way. These are dyed or coated nylon straps, I believe. I think Cry Industries does these, and they are excellent. They're not tan, they are MC'd, that is multicam, in this coloration. And I think they changed it, because when I bought these, they had more colors, like Ranger Green. That color's gone. Now they have black, multicam, and coyote, or FD coloration. That's what you got. Straps, superb quality. The buckles, superb, quick release. No flaws whatsoever. Excellent. So it's easy to adjust. I like how they have keepers right here. so we don't have flopping around straps. Look at the low profile of the shoulder straps. This is all I need, dudes, right here. I don't need thick padding on my shoulder straps when I'm carrying basically what amounts to 6 pounds. Remember, each one of these fully loaded's a pound. 223 GI style AR-15, M16, M4 mag, a pound. This is enough. Blueforce gets it, SAWC, well done. Then you have a place for your morale patch, your name tag, whatever. I love how they integrated that. The stitching is phenomenal. It's flawless. Bar tacked, extremely strong. We've seen no failures at all. On the back side, by the way, check this out. You have a pouch. There is one thing I like to see them do in future versions, and I know Blueforce can do this correctly, and that is give me a way to secure this in that. Okay, just like we see in that Phalanx rig, Type 4, which by the way is right here. I did cover that in my CES review. That is a great rig. One-stop shopping, mostly. Pistol goes here, kangaroo pouches, magnetically held pistol pouches. But see, they have a retention thing in there for your pistol. Blueforce, do that, please. That would be nice. Could you run it like that? Yeah, for a short period, and you probably wouldn't want to run with it. It could go bouncing out. But you do have room back here. They call it a map pouch, I think, to carry stuff. You could actually put an armor panel back there, and if it fit this area right there. I don't know many. You could probably put an SAPC in there. Side plate that would work. That's not a lot of coverage, though. I'd prefer myself to wear a vest or full-on, you know, soft armor rig. There you go. How about retention of the mags? And this will kind of constitute my review of the pouches as well. How about this? Extremely secure in running. I mean, they just hang on to the mag. One reason I waited a while for this review is I wanted to see how durable they were. I'm happy to report they do last. They're not perfect. Like I said, they're going to show wear and tear. They will lighten up in their color. They will shred a little bit, and I've had some that loosen at the mouth, so they'll be a little bit stretched out right here. But overall, they're lasting. Better than you would expect. Look at this pouch. Isn't that a sweet design? I actually prefer this over the taco design. I know some guys really love the taco pouches. I like this one better. You can actually run an AR-15 M4 mag and these. These are SR-25 pouches, I think, just by looking at them. It's been a while since we've ran this rig. Yeah, see how those fit in just a little bit looser, and they will work. They're not as tight as an dedicated M4 pouch, but they'll work. Along with a lot of other stuff that you can put in here. That's why I have, by the way, the SR9 sitting here. Not SR9, but the PF9 by Keltec. Temporarily, would it work? Yeah, I wouldn't be running around like this. Not without a retention strap on it. It'll work, though. That's why I have this suppressor here, by the way. This is an Osprey by Silencer Co. The advantage of the elastic pouch, therefore, is it will fit a lot of different stuff, not just magazines. So while we have some dedicated mag pouches like this, which, by the way, will fit handguns, usually, like that. This is, again, Shellback Tactical. They're maybe not as accommodating as this elastic is, and they are durable. This is how they weave onto your MOLLE, by the way. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? Their attachment system is just like a thin, high-quality nylon strap that you weave into MOLLE. Make sure you're alternating, by the way, when you did that. I posted a video on how to weave MOLLE, I think, way back in 2008. Ancient history. These suckers lock in. There's no flop at all. Absolutely superb and extremely lightweight. The reason this weighs 11 ounces is because of pouches. Remember, the new design has MOLLE on the sides. I think you get 4 running on the front. I think that's probably a better design than this because it allows you to change it up a little bit. You follow? In other words, maybe you don't want to have 6 M4 mags. You want pistol integration. I do love this one just by the sheer volume of fire I can put out with it for a mag. Oh, this is another thing I want to talk about for a rifle mag system. I'm going to have to use 2 hands to put this back in. See that? Now, granted, I'm behind the camera, so I'm at a weird angle. But you're going to have to work it in. It doesn't go in easily with one hand. Big deal? I don't think so. Do you need a drainage hole on these? I don't think so. Because they're elastic. in the rain and snow when we shot with them, we found that they would dry out pretty quickly. They are synthetic, of course. And the beauty of this M4 chest rig, as I see it, is they're sewn on. I don't even have to molly these. I don't know if you guys realize that. This is how the pouch comes with this version. That's going to minimize weight as well. It's just a simple, clean, awesome design. Thumbs up for it. Belt integration. I'm kind of jumping all over the place. Nah, you don't need belt integration anymore. That's pretty old-fashioned when we talk about load-bearing equipment. I don't miss that at all. Don't need it. Value. I told you it was a US produced load-bearing option for you guys. I know some of you guys really want that, and I'm all for it. There's some systems that I will cover, I have already, and will in the future when I see that they square away in value, and I think this falls into that category. Currently, 90 bucks. That's not exactly cheap. In fact, like I've said a lot in other reviews, it's about double what you will find for a Chinese-produced load-bearing equipment system. Case in point, here we go again, the Condor Ops chest rig. Isn't it basically the same system with a different execution? I mean, it's a Molly chest rig, and then I wove onto it 10-speed pouches. This is lightweight, very squared away rig, $40, $50. A lot less expensive, produced in China. Incidentally, with licensed Cry Industries fabric. So it's a great system. Costs about half as much as this one does. But I still love the Blueforce gear. Love it. Great track record, not just with us here in the Nutnfancy project, but in all the warfighting world. Lots of troops have been using the Blueforce gear and they rave about it. I think if you go to their website, you'll see that. Some of their reviews, pretty much all positive. It comes to you highly recommended from the Nutnfancy project. By the way, we did do a short and very dark, I might add, booth review with Blueforce gear with the Nutnfancy project back in 2011. Check that out if you're interested. But their gear, dudes, squared away, extremely lightweight, high speed, high quality. That's a Nutnfancy review. Out.